Ooh. Oh man, it's the equator projection again, because if I look on my map here, how's it hanging everyone? It's Zigzag here, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be playing some which country has a bigger population, and also some which country has a bigger land area. So two really fun websites. I've not really watched any people playing these, so I've tried to keep it fresh for myself. I've also not looked at any lists of population or area as well, so hopefully it's just based off my general knowledge. Yeah, try and play along as you watch and see how you would have gone. But here's the first one, Ethiopia versus Poland for population. And I do believe that Poland has about like 40 or 50 million people, probably about 50 million people, so definitely less than Ethiopia's 112. So 40 million people almost. And then Egypt is like over 100 million people, I believe. So yeah, there we go. So that was easy. And then of course, China has a high population. So a flying start here. We're on 4 in a row, or 3 in a row, sorry. And so Algeria, clearly, I mean, every single country is going to have lower than China, but Algeria has 40 million. Okay, so more than I would have expected, perhaps. Mozambique, this is the first one where I actually have to think, but Mozambique, I don't feel like has a higher population than Algeria. Algeria has like a really big metro kind of area right near the coast, whereas Mozambique, Maputo is a big city, but I think it should be lower. Yeah, so 30 million people, that's right. And Brazil is, of course, higher, should have, 200 million. And then Nigeria, okay, this is interesting. So I think Nigeria is a little lower, but it is around 200 million, no? So I think I will click lower here. Yes, just, wow. I was actually right, but yeah, Uganda's definitely lower. I mean, if I had to guess for Uganda, I would say about 40 million or something like that, maybe? Wow, dude, I'm actually cracked. Okay, I did not think it would be exactly 40 million. And of course, Vatican City has a lower population of less than 1,000. Japan has about 130 million, I want to say. So it is higher than the Vatican. So we're going quite nicely here. And then Morocco is, of course. Oh, I pressed lower without thinking because I was thinking of Monaco when I said Morocco, but it's 35 million anyway. So Italy, I would have said, has about 60. I think 60 or something around that, 60 to 70 maybe. 60, okay. And then Ivory Coast should be lower. Even though it has big cities like this one, I think Ivory Coast will be lower than 60 at least. Yeah, 25. Wouldn't really have known. Philippines should be higher. I would have said Philippines has a high population. I'm not really sure what it will be, but definitely more than 25 mil. Yeah, over 100 million, okay. I would have said like 80 million maybe. Definitely higher than I thought. And France has probably like 70 million, so definitely lower. Yeah. Okay, so wow, I actually do know these quite a bit better than I thought. So Niger is definitely lower than France. It's in the desert, but still has 22 million people, one of the highest growth rates out of any country as far as I know. And India is higher. We know it has 1.3, almost 1.4 billion, and Malaysia is therefore lower. 30 million, interesting. So North Korea is about the same size as Australia, I think. So I think North Korea might have like 25 million people, so it should be lower. Yeah, 25 again, baby. You already know. I'm good at this. I guess we'll just go until we get it wrong or something. And so South Korea should be, of course, higher. Should be about like 45 or... Yeah, I think it's like 40 something million. Oh, 50 even. Okay, yeah. And then Cameroon. Cameroon is has some fairly big metro areas, but I think it should be less than 50. So 24, yeah. Okay, so it has not been too bad so far. Uzbekistan. This is another interesting one. I think it will also be lower, but at the same time, Uzbekistan does have some bigger cities. I think it's lower. Ooh, finally got it wrong. 34 million for Uzbekistan there, so appropriate that we get it wrong with Uzbekistan in the Yandex game. So 21. Okay, so now we'll do a quick fire one where I do it even quicker. So I think Taiwan is higher than 19. Yeah, 23. And then Nigeria we already know is higher, 206 million. And North Korea we know is lower. Okay, so we'll give you some repeats here, which is, fair enough. Poland was 38. So Afghanistan would be higher, I believe. I think Afghanistan has quite a large population. So I think it would be more than Poland. We'll see, it could be wrong. Ooh, quite close, okay. And so Ethiopia is higher. That's 112. So this is the last one for sure now. So Afghanistan, 32. And Algeria was like 30... was high 30s, wasn't it? Yeah, 43. And so South Korea was higher as well, wasn't it? Yeah, 51. Okay, Philippines was higher with 108. Cameroon was lower, 24. So Cameroon's about the same size as Australia, but I guess it's probably growing more quickly. Saudi Arabia, that's a good question. I would have thought like 30 million people or something like that, so thinking that it's higher than Cameroon, but it is in the middle of the desert. I'm going to say higher. Yeah, 34. Good. Iraq? Ooh, this is another good question. Iraq, very deserty, but so is Saudi Arabia. My instinct is to say that it's lower, actually. Oh, another similar one. The 30 millions. The 30 million seems to be the really, really difficult section there. But let's go and play some square kilometers. And so which country is bigger? So Sudan, obviously recently split into South Sudan and Sudan. So it's gotten a lot smaller, but it's still going to be bigger than Paraguay. So Paraguay is smaller. Yeah, 400. So yeah, actually about 4 times the size of something. So Papua New Guinea, this was more interesting. I think Papua New Guinea will actually be bigger than Paraguay because Indonesia is deceptively large, and so I think it will be bigger than Paraguay here. Ooh, just bigger. Good little toss up there. And so Lithuania, obviously everything in Europe, kind of a bit smaller. So I think Lithuania will be one of the smaller European countries. Yeah, significantly smaller, even smaller than I thought. And so then Ghana will be bigger. So about 3 times the size. Mauritania is way bigger than Ghana, 100 million kilometers squared, and Kazakhstan is way bigger than Mauritania even. So yeah, 2.7 times the size. And Philippines is, despite having many islands, should be smaller than Kazakhstan by quite a bit, obviously. And then Nicaragua will be even smaller. So 130,000 kilometers squared for Nicaragua. Here's an interesting one. I think Austria will be a little bigger, but they will be a similar size, I imagine. So Lithuania was 60,000 kilometers squared only. So the fact that Nicaragua is on the equator might mean that it is actually bigger because the Mercator projection makes it look smaller than it actually is. So I actually think I want to say that Austria is smaller. Ooh, good shout. And then Australia is bigger. Australia's 7 million kilometers squared. It's kind of a crazy big country. And so Kenya is smaller for sure. And then Norway. Ooh, this is another interesting one. Kenya versus Norway. On the map, Norway looks much bigger. However, it's so thin. I think Norway's actually smaller. Yeah, good shout again. And so Malay. Now I'm trying to think what outline has Malay. Malay's fairly big. I think Malay is bigger. Yeah. Malay is actually pretty huge, actually. So it's, again, these countries near the equator, they appear smaller than they actually are, and so obviously Serbia will be smaller, not even a tenth of the size. And Togo, this is a good question. Togo is a small country, but again, I think close to the equator it might be bigger than Serbia. Okay, it also depends if you count Kosovo, so I'm not sure if this would count Kosovo in it or not. Probably doesn't. But Togo, I think Togo... Oh, they're about the same size. I swear they're about the same size here. I think Togo might actually be bigger because it's closer to the equator. Oh, okay. Yeah, about the same size. So 14, silver medal. But let's go for some more. And so Peru is way bigger. I mean, than Bangladesh. And UAE, they got the wrong flag here. Oh, there we go. There's the red. And so UAE will be smaller, I believe. Yep, we got it. And Turkey is bigger. Turkey is a good 8 times bigger. Senegal is, of course, smaller than Turkey, but not by much. Okay, by more than I thought. And then Mali was very big. Yeah, Mali was over 1 million kilometers squared. Turkmenistan, that's a more interesting one now, though. Turkmenistan might be about 1 million. I think it's slightly smaller. Oof. Yeah, oh, it's half the size, wow. And so Latvia is easily smaller. So let's see if we can beat that 14. I want to get 20. And French Guiana is, also tiny. It's a tiny country. Well, Latvia is very small. I think French Guiana should be smaller. Ooh, wow, bigger. Again, near the equator. You have to always think about whether it's going to be near the equator. So India is actually a huge country. Albania is smaller. Albania is tiny. Unbelievable. Egypt is bigger than Norway, I reckon. Yep, Egypt's over 1 million. And then Egypt will be slightly bigger than Ethiopia, I think. Ooh. Ethiopia is slightly bigger than Egypt. Okay, another interesting one there. Libya is huge. Ecuador is small. So I'm surprised we haven't got more easy ones yet. I think Cameroon's going to be much bigger. Yep, double the size. And then Saudi Arabia versus Cameroon. This is an interesting one. Cameroon might be bigger, you know. Yeah, this one's interesting for sure. I think Saudi Arabia might be smaller. Ooh, it's way bigger. Oh my gosh, Saudi Arabia, huge. Looking at my map. Okay, that does make a lot of sense. Cameroon, okay, that was a fail right there. But 17 million for Russia, so Togo will be a fraction of the size. Rwanda, I think it's, ooh, smaller. Yes, Rwanda's a tiny country, and Switzerland is bigger. Only just, though. I was a bit hasty there. And Belarus is bigger. And then Costa Rica should be smaller than Belarus. Costa Rica is a very small country. Sweden is huge, so almost 500,000 there. Botswana's big as well. I think Botswana is bigger. Ooh, yep, good shout. And then Bangladesh should be smaller. Yep. And Burkina Faso would probably be about the same size, I reckon. So it's serving us up these hard ones fairly often. Haven't had many island nations, lots of African ones though. Burkina Faso, trying to imagine it here. I think it's going to be about the same size. I might go bigger. Ooh, yep, good shout. And then North Macedonia is pretty tiny, 25,000 kilometers only. Iraq is bigger than North Macedonia for sure. And Ireland is smaller. It's a big country, but not that big. And Colombia is bigger. Okay, we're getting towards our record here. Colombia should be bigger than Finland because of the projection of the map. Yeah, it's significantly bigger, but they look like a similar size. And then Senegal versus Finland. I can't remember how big Senegal was, but it is a big country. But I think it was smaller than Finland. This is another one. It's 14 score again. Are we really going to screw it up here? Senegal should be smaller. I think it should be smaller. With Gambia cutting out the middle, should be smaller. Surely it's smaller. Eesh. Yes, we got it. Okay, we are on record pace here. And so Jordan should be smaller as well, but only by a bit. Yeah, okay, so about half the size. Croatia will also be smaller than Jordan. That's for sure. Yep. And Mozambique will be bigger than Croatia, so we're getting towards the 20 here. And Mozambique will also be bigger than Nigeria, despite Nigeria having a massive population. So Nigeria should be smaller. Oh man, it's the equator projection again, because if I look on my map here, yeah, they're definitely similar size looking. So silver medal again. Okay, we have to go for one more here. One more proper streak. And so obviously Guatemala is smaller. Papua New Guinea is bigger. I think we had it, yeah, 400,000 kilometers is huge. So Serbia is smaller. Bigger, I think, for Georgia. Yeah, only by a bit, but yes. And then Bhutan's tiny, 38,000 kilometers. Libya's bigger. Okay, so we're off to a flying start here. Dominican Republic's tiny. Senegal's bigger. Senegal about 200k there. Okay, Oman is actually a deceptively big country. I still think it's smaller than Senegal, but considering how big Saudi Arabia was, this is close. I'm almost tempted to think Oman is bigger here. Ooh, very close to this one. I think it's bigger. Ooh, let's go. That was a good shout. And then New Zealand. Another interesting question here. New Zealand, I think, New Zealand is definitely a fraction of the size of Australia. Australia's 7 million. But is New Zealand really that much smaller than Australia? I think it's bigger. Oh man, that's so close. We got 10. Okay, how long have I been recording for? We've only been going for 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go for a few more tries here because I really like this one. This one's good fun. Mauritania or United Kingdom? United Kingdom is smaller. I was just thinking about other stuff. Okay, so Albania is a tiny country. We know that, and Morocco is pretty big. And Central African Republic would definitely be smaller. No, it's not. Looking at the map. Yeah. Okay, I see that. So Estonia is smaller than Sri Lanka. Only just. And Serbia is bigger than Estonia. So some smaller ones to start off with here. Namibia is huge. And Algeria is big. How big was it though? Algeria might be bigger than Namibia. I think it's bigger. Yeah, over 2.3 million. And so South Africa's a bit smaller than that. It is over 1 million though. And we already know Albania is tiny. And we already know Rwanda is tiny. I think it was 25, wasn't it? Hey, 26, wow, super close. Venezuela is a biggie. Bhutan is a tiny. We've had so many Bhutans. Guyana is about the same size. I want to say Guyana is bigger though. Yeah. Ghana's, again, it's quite a bit bigger. And then Myanmar's even much bigger than that. And Georgia's much smaller than that, and less than 100k. And Tunisia should be bigger than Georgia. They're a similar size, but I think Tunisia has too much desert, yeah. And Ukraine is bigger. And then Chad is probably a similar size to Ukraine, in all honesty, I think. So Mali was over 1 million, so Chad will probably be, Chad will be in the range of, 800k, I think, maybe. So I think I might actually go bigger here. 700, 800, could be down to 400k, but I think it is bigger. Let's go, 1.2 million. Huge country. And so Mozambique was a bit smaller, I think, than Chad. Oh yeah, so really clutch guesses in a row here. Laos is kind of a smaller country. Guinea. Guinea is probably similar size to Laos, I reckon. Guinea. Just trying to imagine it in my head. I think Guinea-Bissau is bigger than Guinea. I think Guinea is quite a small country. I'm going to say smaller. Oh, come on. 17 in a row. Okay, I think that is a good one to end on, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you like these videos. I'll make more of them if you guys do. And guys, till the next one, goodbye.